First of all, let me introduce myself. For those of you who haven't joined the Academy in the past months, my name is Nadia, and today's topic is how Booking Manager can help you simplify your check-in procedures. I will take questions at any time during the presentation. Feel free to use the chat and the question and answer section to ask questions at any time. And in any case, we have a section for questions at the end of the slides. I will try to be fast, but not too fast today. I know that you're already in the heat of the season, literally in the heat of the season. We have about 35 degrees today in Zagreb. So we'll try to be fast. Okay, let's go. So for today, we have on the menu whatever can help you to prepare for the check-in of your guests, both to make the experience of your guest the best possible, the shortest and the fastest possible, but also to make it easy for you and your team in sharing information, in preparing all the documentation. So this is all the steps that you can take before and at the check-in day. And also some things for the checkout. So we will go through boarding passes, crew list, my trip, tags, to-dos, remarks, payment analyzer, embarkment list, scanning documents, and check-in inventory. The one thing I will not be mentioning is how to invoice extras and tourist tax at the base. Those are things that you do at the check-in, but we saw them in the previous month Academy. So feel free to go back to our website. You have the recording of last month session where you can see those two things. So how to add the extras last minute to the reservation, how to invoice for those extras, how to invoice for damages, how to invoice the tourist tax. All of this, it's in the previous month. So you can go back and look back at that. Okay, the first thing is boarding pass. I assume many of you are familiar. This is one of the easiest steps to implement for you to simplify your life. The boarding pass is usually a document that you send at confirmation of the reservation or when the down payment comes to you to recap a bit the situation, the base information, the financial situation of the reservation, everything that the clients need to have. Some of you that have very large fleets might require this document at the check-in, for example, like you would do with the reservation number if you book an hotel online. So this is a custom document that can be personalized for your company with your logos and with the information you want. And it is a Word template that fills automatically. So I select my reservation, I click boarding pass, I select the file, which I have pre-saved in my application, so I don't have to go looking through my account, my computer. And here what's it look like. So it has my logo and my brand. Marketing is gonna kill me because there's still the old logo in here, but I have all the information, the agency, the guest, what has been paid, what needs to be paid at the base. If I want, I can add the link for the crew list, which we'll see in the next slide. I can say which documents are mandatory, so passport or ID, boarding pass, skipper license, VHF license. If you are, for example, in the north of Sardinia, like our friend Antonio joined us, then, for example, if you want to travel, you want to sail in the Maddalena Island, Maddalena Park, you need a permit. So you can put a reminder there or here, like for the tourist tax. Also, what you can do is after this part that fills automatically, you can put the base information. So we can make a very nice template which with your information. So where is the base with the Google Maps, the number of the base manager, what amenities you have at the base, anything that can come in handy for your clients to know beforehand and to have before the check-in can be done in this document. This document, of course, here you see the Word, but you can send it directly through the program to the client, and it converts in a PDF so that the client cannot tamper with the numbers, etc. And it's very easy to send and also can be shared, for example, in CC with the base manager. Okay, I mentioned the crew list. So what it is, in some countries like Greece, Montenegro, Croatia, Turkey, I think, maybe I'm mistaken, crew list is a mandatory document. So you have to collect those information beforehand. Normally, you would send a PDF, an Excel table or a Google Doc or whatever to the agent or to the client, and you would fill it manually with all the information, and you would receive it via email, and you would need to copy it back in whatever system you use. For Croatian, for example, it's mandatory to report the people you have on board, like an hotel stay. So they have to transfer this information to the Croatian authorities. We are connected, for example, with the Croatian authorities, and the requirements of our crew list change according to the destination of the charter. So if I take our friends from Istion that are maybe here today again, they have a charter in Greece and in Croatia. So they don't have to use two different templates. The crew list sees where is the check-in and check-out of the boat, and it will actually adjust the fields required by the law according to the destination, because of course Greek port authorities have different requirements than Croatian. So let's see how to generate this link. So when I go in the reservation, I have here the section crew list. So this is my information for the charter. I have the crew list. I can add it manually to the crew list. Maybe I received the information via email, the famous Excel table that we said, or maybe it's a repeater guest, so like my dear colleague Diego. So I can pick it directly from my private address book. What I can do also is I can generate a link for the agency or for the guest I have on board. And here it's how it looks like. So if I added any information, it's visible, and the client can modify. So for example, my colleague Diego is Italian, same as me. So country of birth, Italy. I can put the skipper info, a license number. We're flying to the base, so I can put my flying information. And I remember that I want an extra that I hadn't said to the charter operator before, so I can add it. I can also attach documents like a copy of my sailing license, VHF license, etc., and send it. The charter operator receives a copy in PDF through email, but also it's visible here all the modification I did. And what I can do, I can of course print this crew list if I need to have it in print to bring to port authorities to stamp, or if I have to have it on the boat like it's required in some countries, or I can transfer the information to the eCrew system, which is the Croatian system, to report passengers on board. So everything can be done directly through the application. If there's any change that the client makes at any time, you will be, of course, informed via email, and you will get all the information in here. Is there any question so far on what I'm saying? Okay. Hi, Martina. I was hoping to see you again. Do you think it will be possible when we receive the email for the crew list to know if license has been uploaded too? I think, but I need to confirm. So I will get back to you that when there's document uploaded, you get them in the email with the crew list PDF. But let me double check on this, and I will confirm it to you. Or maybe if any of my colleagues from support that are tuned in can give me confirmation, that will be perfect. Okay. Okay. My trip is something we have been mentioning quite a lot, but it's worth going through once more for the ones who didn't see it. So since the beginning of this year, we have introduced the possibility both for agencies and charter operator to send a link called My Trip through message to the guest. So basically, what we have seen, the boarding pass, the crew list, everything can be centralized in this My Trip link. So it's like a confirmation of the option or of the reservation. And it looks like this. So I can go into, this is the online version, for example, both works for both charter operator and agencies. So I go in the reservation, I want to send a link. I click the drop-down menu, My Trip link. I put the phone number and I send it. My client will get a text message here, Booking Manager, with the link and a PIN. To edit the reservation, the PIN is mandatory. Once I set the PIN, I have the information about the base, how to get to the base, the GPS coordinates. Make sure that you're correct in Google Maps, by the way. I can add any passenger I need to the crew list. If there is anything missing, like, I don't know, date of birth, nationality, whatever that is mandatory, you will have a sign. The client will have a sign that says that important information are missing. I can add any additional extra. For example, here I'm adding the skipper. I mentioned this before, but for every extras, you can set up a maximum quantity you have available, so you don't risk to oversell. And I can add any document, and everything, as we mentioned, for the crew list is visible into your Booking Manager application. Update you do on the charter side or agency side, it will be visible to the client, to the final client. So if you add a document to the reservation, maybe it can be the base info, maybe it can be a provisioning list, can be any document, it will be seen in the document section. If the client has an option and wants to confirm into reservation, if you, it's an option and the client wants to confirm into reservation, once he has the PIN, he can do it. My trip can be sent to guests. Can we remove the pricing from this? Yes, it is sent to the guest generally. Well, pays the trip. So it's what's shown, it's not the agency price, it's the client price. So why would you remove it? If you give me more info, maybe I can go further on this. Hi, Cristiana, nice to see you again. Can we remove the document section? No, you cannot remove the document section, but you can manage the documents from your local booking application, local booking manager, sorry, or the online application. So you can decide if or not to show any documents, but also there will be visible documents the client uploads to you. So for example, the sailing license. But the same, let me know why you thought about hiding the document section so that maybe I can develop further. Okay. I will move to the next slide and we can always go back to the my trip if you want. So I'll go now back to what you can do in the reservation. So we have got an option or a reservation for a charter, and there is a huge amount of information that you need to store somewhere that are related to this reservation. And in larger teams, there is a second challenge, which is communication on the same reservation. Let's say I take the reservation for this charter, and my colleague Lorena will be actually doing the check-in because I will be on holiday that week. So how do I share the information with my colleague Lorena? I have several tools that I can use in the local application that are, some of those are actually also available on the online. The next two I will show you are also available on the online section. For the tags, I'm not 100% sure. So those tools will help you actually communicate and save all the information in one place to make sure that you don't lose important bits of information. Tags is one of the simplest things to use in Booking Manager. It's one of the most underrated things, and it's fun. It's always surprises to me how people don't use it more often. So tags is literally a tag, a note on a reservation. So I go in my reservation and I want to mark down something. First of all, I have several information already visible at glance. So if it's an option, how long is the expiration? If it's a one-way, if it's partially paid, if it's fully paid, all these euro signs are those. But I can add extra information. Like, for example, I need a tag that says that is a skipper charter, or that I need a hostess on board, or it's an early check-in, and I can add those tags to my reservation. What I can do is that I can manage my tags. As you see, we share this with the whole team and we have a huge amount of tags, but I can create, for example, a tag specific for a skipper. So I put the name of the tag, I put the color I want, I apply it, and it's saved. And then what I can do is, you see, we have above the filters, here is I tagged my reservation, and you see above we have a filter section. I can actually filter by tag and see all the reservation that have a skippered tag. Or I can tag all the reservation for which I need the airport transfer, or all the reservation for which I'm missing documents, can be the crew list, the charter party, the contract, whatever. So I can, reservations don't have the crew list or don't have the contract signed, I can filter them and I can have an export so that I can actually share the list with a colleague, and maybe we can start calling the agencies or the clients to get to those information. Irini, will be a recording of this meeting so we can review it? Yes, absolutely. All the Academy episodes are recorded and they're all visible in our website. So if you go on our homepage, you will see a big banner with this session already tomorrow, probably. But if you scroll down and you have an event section where you see all the past events, and you can catch up in any session of the Academy that you might have missed. Okay, so tags, if you have 5 minutes and you haven't used it yet, I would highly, highly, highly recommend using them. It's such a small trick, but it's so helpful when you are swamped and you need to search something fast. If you know your tags, you set them up correctly, it will save you so much time rather than going through reservation one by one and finding all the ones that need skipper, need this, need that. To me, it's a no-brainer. The second thing, which I rarely see being used, is to do. So we're again in the reservation, I have to do notes. And here I can put what needs to be done for this reservation. Maybe it's my VIP guest and I need to order a box of champagne. I can put a to-do note. Maybe I need to remember to communicate something to somebody else in the team. Put the to-do note. It's maybe the client's birthday while on charter and I want to send a bouquet of flowers. Put a to-do note, and they will all be visible here on the home page. On the left side, where you have the payments, etc., you also have the to-do notes for the day. And once you click it, it's timestamped, it's done, and it disappears from your to-do list. But you will always have a list of actions you took on this reservation. So if next year the same client comes and you open the old reservation, you see, okay, it was his birthday, so maybe I want to do something special this year again. Or for this, I ordered a bottle of champagne. Maybe I want to do this year again. It helps you in remembering things that you did for every reservation, because of course, like, you cannot remember every specificity of every charter for every client. So this is also good for that. And the third trick I want to show you today is remarks. I know that many of you already use it, but I want to go over once more for maybe the ones who joined recently. So there's a remarks section where you have 3 types of remarks: general remarks, internal remarks, and checkout remarks. Imagine this as your virtual post-its. So in the remarks, general remarks, I can put a reminder, needs skipper and hostess, it's a vegetarian menu. In the internal remarks, which are only to be seen internally in the team, maybe it's my VIP guest. And checkout remarks is those information that will be relevant for the person doing the disembarkation. So maybe they have a taxi transfer, maybe they called me while sailing and they told me that they lost the outboard engine. So I need to put a note for the base manager to order and replace before the next charter. So those are all the things that you can mark down and make sure that, unlike a real post-it, get lost in the chaos of embarkation and disembarkation. And where are all those information visible? In the reservation, as we saw. For the general remarks, there, when you hover over the reservation or the booking sheet and you have that yellow box, they're also visible there. So if there's anything that needs to be visible at a glance, it will be in the remarks, but it is also visible in the embarkment list, which is this one. Okay, so in the embarkment list, in the reports, I have the embarkment list. I have several report type. I will just show you the table for my convenience. So I go to the reservation where I put the remarks. I can show only check-in, only check-out by a specific base, And then I can show internal remarks, extras remark, anything that is relevant to you, you can choose. And here I have them by base. I see if it was busy before. So those little dots is I have a checkout. And here I have a check-in and a checkout. So you see I have the boat, I have the guest, I have the dates, and here are my remarks. Need skipper and hostess, vegetarian menu, taxi transfer, VIP guest, but I also have any extras that needs to be paid at the base. And if there's any amount that wasn't paid, I will have it here marked. So at the check-in, I have at glance everything that is missing for my reservation. Same as for the checkout. This is very convenient if you have a large team and the person who does the booking is not the same person who does the check-in or the checkout. Or if you have a one-way, for example. And I don't know if you saw it here, you can send it via email, you can share it with the base manager, or you can download the PDF or print it directly, however it is the most convenient for you. Now, when we were talking about the tags, I was showing you that you have little euro signs. So the green one is for a fully paid reservation. The black one is for a reservation that is not paid, but is not late. The red one is the most important warning, meaning you are missing money on that reservation. And I will quickly go through. So that is the first at glance for you to know that there is something that needs to be done on the money-wise on the reservation. But also I mentioned it in the previous academy, and I will quickly go through again, is the payment analyzer. So one thing that you should have under control before the check-in is the payments. So here I can actually search all the reservations that are missing, that are in debt, that are missing a payment. And I can, of course, check for the balance payment first deposit, and I can say search for a specific period. So here, for example, we're going to July, and here are all my reservations that are overdue for the month of July. As I mentioned in the month before, I will be very brief now. You see the agency, you can send a reminder, you can see for how long it has been overdue, how many reminders have been sent, etc., etc. So this is a very quick way of checking the financial status more in details for your reservations. Okay. Next, scanning document. So at the base, actually, it happens that maybe you have a last minute change, or maybe there is some addition to the crew, or whatever change there is. You might have the need to scan to add somebody to the crew list at the last second. I hope it's not often the case for you. But it can happen. So one quick trick you can put up your sleeve is a document scanner. Basically, a document scanner can be connected to your booking manager application, and it can read documents. So it's same as the one that I have in the airports. So Italian old paper ID cards won't work. But here you go in the reservation, you see my beloved colleague Lorena plugging the scanner. And once the scanner is plugged and you go to the crew list, my colleague is here with me and laughing at me. When you go to the crew list, okay, thank you. You put the ID, you click on the scanner, and automatically reads the fields. Don't worry, I'm not showing you the real address of my colleague. So you automatically reads all the fields. So date of birth, address, all those information, age, etc. Why it is important to have this information on the crew list? Because it will automatically help you calculate the tourist tax, for example, in Croatia. And here, if there's anything I need to change, it's saved in my address book, and I can edit, or I can reuse it next year when Lorena will come sailing with me again. Okay, Mirella, do you probably have a PDF files with all the instruction of each specific field in the system? That will be very useful as well. We don't have every field in the system, because otherwise the manual would be so long that you can probably use it to do the around the word 6 times. But we have 2 amazing online tools that you can refer to. One is the video tips. So if you go on our website, on the header bar, you have the tips section, and you have several video tips like this one, like the My Trip. You have many of them, and we try to update them constantly. The second thing is the support knowledge base. So next to the tips, you have support, and it brings you to our online knowledge base where you have most of the fields there. That most of the most important features are there, and most of the hidden fields are also there. And you can search by topics. So you have the API, the local booking manager, the portal for agencies, and subsection, for example, what are the important features for the Croatian charter operators, the specific reports we have for Croatian, or how the Greek release works, etc. So you have those two online tools. And because I mention it every day, if there's something that you're stuck with, you can always refer to our amazing support team. The guys there are amazing. So for every question you have and you feel stuck, they will have a solution for you. So you can contact them if you get stuck with something. But first, you can check the online tools. My pleasure, Mirella. Okay, now, is this my last slide? I think this is my last slide. I'm going too fast, only half an hour. Okay, check in inventory PDF. I know that many of you moved in more advanced technologies for check-in, which is amazing. Please, we should all move in that direction. But maybe you just started the base, maybe you just started operation. Maybe you can't afford it yet, another piece of software, or maybe simply you cannot deal with more than one piece of software. We have a quick solution for the check-in and check-out. So if you go in Yachts, you select the boat you're doing the check-in for example, our Bali 5.4, and I click on here I have all my inventory of the boat. Here I click on the button inventory, I select the language, and I have a quick file that I can print where you can say the charter period, you can put the client name, and you can actually check if everything is okay. You have section for remarks, for signature, and this is an easy, quick solution that doesn't cost you any extra money. And you can send it to the base manager, you can print it for him. It's a very quick solution. And I would bet that of all people that are tuned in, the one who is nodding that already knew is our client Antonio. I'm 100% sure that he knew about this already. Okay, while you think about your questions, I will be very quick because I have been rambling and talking about the Booking Manager Summit for over 10 minutes on every presentation. So I don't think I have to introduce it again. It's our education event. We organize it for 6 years now. This is the 7th edition. And it's here in Zagreb in December. It's not a boat show. It's an educational conference. It's the only educational conference that exists for the yacht charter. If you have been in the past, expect the unexpected. We're shaking things up this year. If you have never been, it's perfect year to join. There is mingling, there's partying, there's education, there's work and permission for everybody who joined today the Academy session to book the tickets with a 10% discount. So if you have been here, just contact our sales team or whoever is your point of contact in the company, and base with the clients and do what you know how to do best. The smilage from anonymous attendee is not helping. It is like, what are you laughing at? It's the first or the second one. So as I said, we take a break for the month of August to let you focus on your guest and on your business and on your base. September, stay tuned because we are preparing something big, which is not to the summit. That will be in December, and it's something big also. We're really preparing something that is going to be really fun and really amazing. So stay tuned for the announcement in September. And I will be here again in October with the guest to talk about API, widget, and websites. So see you there. Thank you so much for everybody for joining us in July. I know that taking time off your busy schedule in season is something I'm really appreciative of. And see you with the Academy in October. See you in September for the big event. And have a great season if I don't see you or speak to you before.